Alright guys, how's it going? Sports Gaming Fever here, back once again with some more New York Rangers Franchise Hockey Manager 6. So the trade deadline is nearing. I simmed a bit. If you want to see the standings, we're at the bottom of the Metro, which is actually good, considering it would be nice to tank almost. Not intentionally, but getting a good pick would be nice. We're at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Columbus is now out of a wild card spot, and the two ahead of them have some games in hand. So it's still going to be, down to the wire with them. But if they miss the playoffs, we do have their first overall pick, so that would be nice. If we go to the league, we have a few games in hand over Vegas and a plethora of points. So I don't see us being in dead last, but it'd be nice to get one of those top 3 picks, top 5 at the least. That would be nice, though. It is very close here at the bottom. But anyway, since the trade deadline is almost here, I'll actually show you. Where are the salary obligations? I know that I found it somewhere. So transactions, finances, it's finances, salary obligations. So I re-signed a few players. So if we look here, Kreider, we actually re-signed last episode. So not a bad deal. 41 points in 58 games. Solid second liner for us. So that is good. Teravainen, Panarin, and Zibanejad were already good. Nemestikov, we'll get back to him. Strome, we increased from 3.1 to 3.2 throughout the next 3 seasons. I think that is decent. 30 points, 58. He is a third line center for us. Fast, haven't talked to yet. Anderson's already under cap. Focusing on who? Yeah, we extended Brendan Lemieux. He wanted like 1.2, I think it was, for 2 years. So I just upped it to $2 million for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more seasons, and I think that'll be good considering he's so young and he's a 2.5 star. I think that'll be nice, especially if he picks up offensively. He is mainly an agitator, a grinder, a tough guy kind of player. So we might not see a big offensive pickup, but I think it was good to lock him down for a lot just in case anything changes. Let's see, who else did we extend? We extended Tony DeAngelo for a modest price. 2 more years with him. Statistically, he's doing good, 33 points in 58 games. So I'm surprised he asked for the minimal amount that he did, but also he's probably looking to nab a big contract in 2022-23. So we'll see how that goes. And then we also extended Gorgichev. I can never pronounce his name. We'll just call him Georgie. We extended for $2 million for the next 4 years, which I think is also a good price because he will become the starter. At this trade deadline, I'm going to try to trade Lundqvist because, as you can see, we have for next season only 1.5 roughly mil in cap space, which is somewhat of an issue. Yeah. So, yeah, as you can see the totals here, the total amount for goaltenders we would have for next year is 10.5 mil. Defenseman 21-ish mil, and then almost 41 mil there, rounding up for forwards. But then we have plenty of space going forward, but there are key players that we should probably need to re-sign at the end of that. But yeah, we'll get there. So Nemestikov would be too expensive right now. I think I forwarded him an offer, but I think it's not going to work with the budget. Fast is also a toughie as well. And Nemestikov is on our trade block, and he's only gotten 10 points in 58 games, so he is definitely someone we want to move. And so we're actually going to shop him. We can't from this page. Let's go to our trading block. Let's shop Nemestikov. Trade proposal from the Bruins. Wiley Sherman. Not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a prospect with a little something better than a 1.5 star. So let's go back to our trade block. Bolesky would be another good guy to get off. A Smith would be really good, but we can't shop him because he has a no trade clause. We could shop Fast. Let's see what he could reel in. No offers for Fast. So another thing I don't think shopping players is going to work out for us, but if we look at the trade block here, there's some really good players. They're a bit older though, so searching by potential, there are definitely some good young players we could go after. Ratcliffe would be great on the left wing, though I think we are okay on the left wing. Really, I'm looking at Jokiharu. He can play right and left D, great potential. He is already playing in the NHL, 10 points in 17 games. So he is NHL ready. So I think he would be a great guy to go after. Matthew Strome would be interesting, but I think we're good at left wing. We'll actually just double check that real quick. Our roster. So left wing, Nemesnikov, Kreider, Panarin, and Lemieux. So we really don't need like a top guy on the left wing. I think we're okay there. And if we go to the Hartford Wolfpack, and we go by position. Yeah, we have some like decent prospects here at left wing, especially Milano, who could become a 2.5. So I think we'll go back to the Rangers. Go back to our roster and we'll look at D. We got Skij, we got Fleury, and we got Hayek, which is good. We have D'Angelo and Trouba. Trouba's a tough contract. Though I assume he's playing good defensively. And we have Fox, but I think nabbing that one of those prospects would be really good. So if we go back, I think we're going to try for Jokiharu. Trade offer. So they're looking for a goalie and a centerman, and we do have a goalie to trade. The only issue is, will Lundqvist waive his no trade clause? No, he will not. So that's going to be a bit tough. We do have a good prospect here. Georgiev is better. We do have Botes that we could trade. And Husko. So we have some good goalie prospects, so we should try some of these guys. So that can get started. They're also looking for centermen. So what do we have at center? We have Cheadle, Anderson, Howden, Fontaine. Kamenev is good. I'd like to keep him around. We just recently extended him as well. Forgot to mention that. Strome we just re-signed, so I'd like to keep him around. McKegg, though I don't think that's going to do the job. And we have Zibanejad. So actually, if we look at our lines, Zibanejad, Cheadle, Anderson, and Strome. Strome's actually playing on the fourth line. Could I name Anderson? Great potential. So Strome is actually someone we could trade away. Even though we just re-signed him. He does have 30 points. What do you have, Anderson? Anderson. Here. 14 points. We do have plenty of depth at center. It's just that Anderson's young, so it's nice to hold on to him. How old's Strome again? I think he's like late mid-20s. 26, yeah. And he's doing good, even though he's on the fourth line, so I'd like him to get third line minutes. Kamenev's someone we can move on from. He is 23. He's only played 2 NHL games this season. But he can play the wing, which is very useful. But he is someone we could go with Fontaine here. We just have so many. Oh, we have 2 good prospects here in Wool and Lindholm. Could move on from 1. That's well balanced. I take both of them, but trading both of them is rough. I think if anyone, we would trade Wall. And actually, let's look at centers here. We have Sedlak here that we can move. Could flip him. I don't really want to trade both of those goaltending prospects. Barrett. Okay, so what if we did trade Anderson? How would he affect this trade? Nah, see, we're still going to have to give up more. Now, obviously, Lundqvist won't waive it. Trying to keep it to goalie and center, but let's see if what would happen if we added Nemesnikov. Doesn't get us there, but that's like clearing the cap. That's kind of what we want to do. We can also just, keep on going until Lundqvist doesn't have his is willing to waive his Lindgren. I'm just curious. Georgiev, yeah, he would, but he's our starter to be. So you know what? What if, since we kind of have our starter to be, what if we did that? And then, what if we got, a 7th or something back? Yeah, that would push it over the edge. Let's see what they say. We already have 50 players under contract, so we have to get rid of someone who is under contract. No trade clause for Smith. That's right, he has that as well. So one of these centermen, what would Strome add? See, Strome wouldn't even do it either. Okay. Let's look. Krabstov, no, I want to keep him around. Hijik, we need to keep. Svenja, keep. Howden. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's go to draft picks. Let's see if we can. See, that makes it well balanced. So let's offer that. I'm fine giving up Howden. We just have so much depth at center and so many young ones. It's hard. Tyler Wall, 22, could be a 3.5, but we already have Georgie who will likely be better. I don't think we'll wind up using Wall, and we have so many goaltender prospects, so I don't mind giving him up. And a 6 for Henry Jokioru, who's a 4.5 potential. That's gonna do it. So I'm actually pretty stoked about that. Like I said, we are trading away 2 guys with a pretty good potential, but I don't think they're really going to be with the team in the long run, considering what we already have. 6th-round pick, and what just happened? Offer trade. Yeah, okay. So I think we're gonna finalize that. And so there you go. There's a big trade for us. Where am I going? Manager, home. Manager news. So there we go. A huge trade. And he should be joining the team right away, if I'm not mistaken. If we go to A-Up Setup Organization, we go to Lines. Why? Where are you? Are you down in the minors? Why? We gotta bring you up to the NHL. But we'll figure that out in the next one. Strome bumped up to the 2nd line. So, oh yeah, he was already playing in the NHL. The guy we traded, right? Yeah. Was he on the 2nd line, or did we just switch it up? Oh, Anderson got taken out. And so Cheadle must have been that second line. Kamenev on the wing. I'm not sure what just changed, but yeah, either way, I'm happy with what we have right now. And I think we will be. I'm going to, before the next video, shop around Lundqvist. And obviously, I can't use the shop feature, but I'm going to try to see if we can move on from him. If we can then re-sign Nemesnikov, though. I'm open to moving on from him as well. It'd be also nice to shop around Smith because your contract is pretty heavy, if I remember correctly. Yes. So, at least clearing one of those players off the cap, so it gives us more flexibility in trade discussions, and it would also help us out in terms of potentially signing a good free agent over the offseason. So I'll handle that off screen before the next one, and I'll come to you before I make any final decisions. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come back next time.